A shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatab Yahweh coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. All right, Lord's will is edifying, but this topic going into studying. All right, and primarily studying for wisdom. Okay, Apostle Ariamla did a lesson earlier today, going into cutting off distractions, and it was a response. Basically, the same topic about sifting, but his lesson was going more so into wisdom and really, trying to cleave and attain wisdom. All right, because what does it say? Well, let me get it real quick. And, I know I brought this out yesterday, but this is the times we're in. All right, Isaiah 33:6, it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." So this is really important, especially in the times we're coming into, is to have this knowledge and wisdom. All right, the scriptures talk about having wisdom meet us in every thought. We're going to need it, all right, to really be able to maneuver, especially when all these different things are coming to pass. All right, when Jacob's trouble comes, the MOTB is implemented, persecution. All right, we're gonna need this knowledge and wisdom, and now, all right, is that time. Now is it's been the time, but now more so, it's really important because we're coming to the end. All right, now I know I quoted this yesterday. But this is Isaiah 55:6. It says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near." All right. We need to seek the Lord. All right. Have that relationship. A part of that relationship is what? Storing up this knowledge and wisdom. Really getting into the scriptures. Really, the scriptures say, "With all thy getting, get understanding." Really get understanding of what's going on. All right. Understanding of the truth. And really get that while it's available. All right, it says, "Seek ye the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shah while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near." Because again, and I quoted this, Amos the 8th chapter, you have the famine of the word. All right, and really, we're going to have the ultimate test to take. All right, right now it's that study time. You have a college, or you're going to college. Many brothers went to high school. You had a period where you knew a final was coming up. Okay, or you take any type of if trade school or whatever, to get a certificate. You have when the test days are. All right, now the time all before that is what is study time. You should be studying. The teacher can go over this and that, but if you don't study it, you don't internalize it. When the test comes, you're not going to be ready. All right, and see the reality of this is, the majority of our people ain't going to be ready. And a lot of those who say that they're Israelites, who call upon Yahweh Shem El Shai, who know these scriptures, so to speak, they're not going to be ready. Why? Because they haven't been internalizing. They haven't been exercising knowledge and wisdom, which wisdom is the application of knowledge. All right. They're not living their day-to-day applying what they've learned. They might know a lot of history. They might know, the precept, back, the Bible front to back, but they haven't been applying. And this is the time right now. This is the time to really get down and study these things, apply it to our day to day, and really internalize it. All right. Again, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near, because there's coming a time where he's not going to be near. All right, where he's not going to be available, so to speak. To the elect, he's always going to be there, every step of the way. All right, but if you're not establishing that relationship, if you're not, getting into the word, all right, internalizing this, well, then you're not going to know what to do when that ultimate test comes. All right. Now, this is 2 Peter 1:10. It says, "Wherefore the rather brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure, for if you do these things, you shall never fail." All right. Now you read up, it goes into all the, the fruits of the Spirit. All right, things, the good works that you can get into. All right, now I wanted to focus on this because I had mentioned this yesterday. When you go into diligence, I brought this word out, spedauzo, all right, which really means to exert oneself. But here you can see there's different synonyms, all right? And one way you can exert yourself, all right, it says to give diligence, be diligent, endeavor, labor, study, all right? So what are we studying? We're studying the scriptures. We're studying this truth, all right? Getting again, let me see if I can find that, because I keep quoting it. Like the scriptures say, with all thy getting, get understanding. All right. Wisdom. Bear with me real quick. I want to find that precept, because this is what it's about. All right. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Proverbs 4 and 7. Yeah, right here. So Proverbs 4 and 7, it says, you know what? Let me start at 4. It says, he taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live. And this is a big part of studying too. You know, going into these scriptures is retaining this. You know, you want to study for retaining, all right, to really internalize it. Because you can study so-called study all day, but, you know, it goes in one ear and out the other. All right, you're not really studying to retain. All right, it says, he taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not. All right, and again, this is the point. Forget it not. It's a labor. It's a fight. You know, to really stay in it and to forget it not. Because Satan's in there. You know, we're in these bodies. And like the Apostle Ramla was going into it, you know, you have a lot of distractions. With those distractions, your mind gets distracted. And what? You start to forget things. All right. And again, you know, we're being hit by all different things. Okay. Which, you know, there's no excuse. But that's the reality of it. You know, Satan's coming. He's in your mind, getting you distracted. You know, we're getting, you know, psychological warfare, you know, physical warfare by the food and stuff. It's all affecting our bodies and our minds. So now, what does that do? It makes you understand that, yeah, this is a fight. And you got to really establish a routine of really you studying. All right. And again, studying for retaining. It says, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Again, that stability. All right. It says, and this is the point, wisdom is the principal thing. And that's the application of the knowledge. All right. You want to apply the things that you're learning. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. And this is what it's about. All right. Getting the understanding. You know, knowing why we're here. Knowing our job. All right. Knowing that this place isn't it. Knowing that, you know, just this. That we need to apply these things, especially in the times to come. All right. Again, 2 Peter 1 and 10, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. And again, another synonym for diligence is studying, okay? For if you do these things, or you shall never fail. And this is one of the characteristics or you can do to make your calling and election sure. All right? 2 Timothy, straight to the point, 2 and 15, it says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. All right, let's see what it says for that word study. I wonder if it's the same word. Yep, spudauzo. It's the same word. Again, so it's a synonym of diligence. All right? So it says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. This is a characteristic of showing how you are approved. Let's see what it says for approved. Dokimos. Brothers go into this all the time. It says, accepted, particularly of coins and money. Accepted, pleasing, acceptable. All right? Yeah, let me read this because I know the elder brings this out all the time. It says in the ancient, additional information. It says in the ancient world there was no banking system as we know it today and no paper money. All money was made from metal, heated into liquid, poured into molds and allowed to cool. When the coins were cooled, it was necessary to smooth off the uneven edges. The coins were comparatively soft, and of course, many people shaved them closely. In 1 century, more than 80 laws were passed in Athens to stop the practice of whittling down the coins then in circulation. But some money changers were men of integrity. All right. And this is what we're trying to be. All right. And again, being of integrity is studying, being diligent. Okay. Hey, being called in this thing, being called to be a teacher, prophet, whatever your calling is, you want to do it with integrity. You want to know what you're talking about. Again, you want to get the understanding. Above all, what? Get understanding. So that takes a certain level of integrity. You can't wing it. All right? You have to set aside time to really retain this and get this. All right? And it's a learning process, but of course now it's of the utmost importance because we're coming to the end. All right? So now you really have to set that time aside. You really have to get into routines, and you really have to what? You have to fight. You have to fight for it. Not only to get it, but to retain it. All right? It says, but some money changers were men of integrity who would accept no counterfeit money. They were men of honor who put only genuine full weight money into circulation. Such men were called dakimos. And this word used here for the Hamashiachim, as he is to be seen by the world. All right. So what is that? A man of integrity, accepted, pleasing. Okay. You're not shaving off. You're not taking, a different route, so to speak, like the scriptures say, climbing up another way. All right. You're not taking shortcuts. You're getting into it. But again, it's a fight, and it's a process to actually set aside time and study. All right. Now it says, once again, 2 Timothy 2:15, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. All right. A workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And again, especially those who've been called in to be teachers. All right. This is what it's about. What are you teaching? You're teaching the truth. Now, how do you rightly divide it? Well, you have to study it. All right. You have to get into it. You have to really retain this information. Okay. And the doctrine is the most important thing. You have these people saying brotherhood over doctrine. No, there is no brotherhood without the doctrine. The doctrine is that's the measuring stick. That tells us if you're a brother or not. All right? And knowing this and studying it, studying to know the true doctrine, studying to know the gospel, all right? You're able to be unashamed. Okay? That's what comes with experience. Oh, I've studied this. I know this. All right? And again, we have minds that go off. We have Satan, all the different things that are against us. So it is a fight. But nonetheless, you have to fight. All right? It says, rightly dividing the word of truth. This is James 1 and verse 5. All right? And see, this is the first and foremost thing you have to do if you want to attain wisdom. All right? James 1 and 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High. Now, let's just out of curiosity, I want to see what it says for that word wisdom. Sophia. Yeah, this is that woman. It says, wisdom, broad and full of intelligence, used of the knowledge of very diverse matters, the wisdom which belongeth to men, especially the very knowledge of things human and divine, acquired by acuteness and experience. All right? You're reading it and reading it and reading it, going over breakdowns. All right? If necessary, going into the history books and all these things. All right? And summed up in maxims and proverbs, because like Apostle Tahar said, what do you have to know the history to understand the mystery. You have to go into words, all right, the different languages. It says the science and learning, the act of interpreting dreams and always giving the sagest advice, the intelligence evinced in discovering the meaning of some mysterious number of vision, skill in the management of affairs, all right, devout and proper prudence in intercourse with men, not disciples of Hamashiach, skill and discretion in imparting Hamashiachim truth, the knowledge and practice of the requisites of godly and upright living. All right. And see, again, we're going to need this upright living, especially in the times to come. Supreme intelligence, such as belongs to the Most High, to Hamashiach, The wisdom of the Most High as evinced in forming and executing counsels in the formation and government of the world and the scriptures. All right. And see, we need this counsel. All right. The scriptures say that the trial of a man is in his reasoning. What helps you reason? What's going to help you make the right decision in the times to come? This wisdom. How do you get the wisdom? Well, first and foremost, praying, and then what? Studying. All right. But it says, James 1:5, if any of you lack wisdom, so if you lack it, let him ask of the Most High that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. All right. So this is the first and foremost thing you have to do. And it's funny because when you ask of the Most High, which is a prayer, that is actual wisdom. Because it's telling you, hey, men might know this scripture. All right. Hey, they might say it. Or, hey, if you need anything, pray. But it takes that's actual wisdom in itself to do that, to pray, to actually get on your knees, send that prayer up, Chakama, Yah Bashim Yah Shai Bashim Rechakadosh Babakusha Natan Laya, which is give to me, Chakama, which is wisdom. Babakusha, please, Tawada Tawab. So let it be, or it is good. All right. It says that give it to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. So all you have to do is ask, and again, do your part. You have to, yes, you can send that prayer up, but you have to work towards it too. Set up a plan, set up time, put time aside, read. The scriptures say, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. That's wisdom. All right. It says, but let him ask in faith and belief, nothing wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So if you don't really believe that if you ask that the Lord will give it to you, then you're not going to get it. All right. But believe it, send those prayers up, and then again, do your part. All right. And that's an important thing to understand is you got to do your part. You got to study. All right, you got to set time aside to actually get into it, because you could read and you could know all these different precepts, but is it wisdom? All right, are you applying it? Are you getting down? You can pray all day, but are you actually studying to retain? Are you doing your part? And that's the thing that we all gotta, do even more as the end approaches, is really setting that time aside to get this. All right. Let me jump over here, Proverbs 3, and verse. Yeah, it's going into wisdom. Precious, more precious than rubies. But let me get straight to the point. It says, by his knowledge, verse 19, Proverbs 3:19, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai by wisdom hath founded the earth, by understanding hath he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. Keep it. So shall they be life unto thy soul and grace to thy neck. All right. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble, being stable. All right. This is the point. But what did it say? It said, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. Keep it. Hold it. Fight for it. Let it not escape thee. And this is the battle. This is the fight. All right. This is part of the fight. All right. It's keeping this. And how do you keep it? Watching lessons, getting with brethren, and making lessons. All right. Reading. And first and foremost, it all comes by what? Prayer. Okay. Praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for wisdom. All right. And then right here, this is Sirach, or also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 38 and 24. It said, and this is the answer. All right. This says, the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise. And again, this is, Apostle Ramla was going into this. All right, cutting out those distractions. All right, cutting those things out, because what? How does wisdom come? By opportunity of leisure. All right. And then keeping your life simple. That's how you become wise. And when you get this word leisure in the etymon, it's noun, circa 1300, leisure, free time, time at one's disposal, opportunity to do something, chance, occasion, and opportune time. All right. And this is the point. All right. So, and again, the Lord said he's speeding up the time. So there's a lack of time. So what does that mean? You have to make time. You have to make that leisure time, that free time. Hey, if you got to wake up early, you gotta write it down, set some alarms, get a routine going. This part of the day is going to be for studying. I need to sit my ass down, turn my phone off, turn any other distractions off. And I got to give this time for studying. I got to give this time to the Lord. All right. And that's how wisdom comes. Of course, after you send up those prayers, all right, then you make time. Okay. It says the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. That free time. And again, we don't have a lot of free time. Brothers have work. Brothers have, families. You got society. But that's no excuse. You got to make time. All right. It says, and he that hath little business shall become wise. And, apostles always going to this, having your life simple. You might not be able to go out to the club that night. All right. You might not be able to play that video game. You might not be able to go out with your woman that day. You might not be able to play with your kids that day. All right. You might not be able to do that day of overtime. You got to set that time aside for the Lord. All right, that's how wisdom comes. All right, and again, we have to tap into this, and we have to do more and make more time. All right, or set aside that time, especially coming to the end. All right, and I'll end off on this. This is the parable of the virgins, because this is what it's about. All right, we want to be of what? Those 5 virgins that are wise. Okay, it says, then shall the kingdom, Matthew 25:1, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And what is that oil? This truth. How did they get that oil? They worked for it. All right, they fought for it. They didn't wait. They didn't procrastinate. It says, while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go you out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. And that's these people not taking heed, not getting into these scriptures, not using their time wisely, or not making time. It says, but the wise answer, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go you rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. Basically, you're on your own. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they were ready. And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. And that's the elect. Those who got this knowledge and wisdom. All right, didn't waste their time. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. All right, and again, we know we're close. All right, we know we're very close. So now more than ever, we got to lock in, study, read. All right, set aside time to get into these scriptures to build that relationship with the Lord. All right, again, the ultimate test is coming, and you want to be as prepared as possible. All right, and again, the elect are going to be prepared no matter what. But they're going to use their time wisely. Again, those are some of the characteristics of the elect, is studying. Okay? But Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, and Abba Abba.